Hare Krishna, everyone. So, first of all, I would like to speak about my trip to Mayapur Dhama. I was in Mayapur for almost 5 months during a Bhakti Shastri study, which lasted around 4 months. So, first of all, just want to show you a little bit of Mayapur. So these are two essential buildings in Mayapur. Of course, we also have our main temple. I will show the deities in a moment. So to the left, we have what is called the Temple of the Vedic Planetarium, which is a very, very big project happening in Mayapur at the present moment, where they are building the biggest Vedic temple in the world, where they, inside the big dome you see there, they will build a replica of the universe as described in the Bhagavatam. Both they will have a chandelier and they will also have it virtually. And then this other building to the right, this is the Pushpa Samadhi of His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, where the garland that Srila Prabhupada was wearing when he left his body is kept there. And then also a big golden deity of His Divine Grace. And then, we have our main temple. In our main temple, they have Jaya Radha Madhava, beautiful big deities, and the Astasakis. They have Panchatattva. Here in the altar, we have Gaura Nitai. So, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda, but here they have all 5 of them. Also very big and merciful deities. And of course, they have Lord Nrsimhadev, who just had his appearance the other day. So this is where I spend the majority of my time. This is the Mayapur Institute. This is where I was doing my Bhakti Shastri. I remember the first day when I came to Mayapur. Our flights were quite delayed. I was with one other devotee who also stayed in the temple here for some short time. His name is Bhakta Greg, currently now taking shelter of His Grace Jayapataka Swami Maharaj. So he's still staying there in Mayapur. He fell in love with that place. But the first night when we came, it became very, very late because of Indian time. And we were really, really, really tired. But it was such a blessing coming to the Mayapur Institute. It's a very, very sattvic place, very, very well organized. When we came in, it was in the middle of the night, but still, you could see there were big pots of flowers and just nice and clean everywhere. And we came also to this building that you see to the right. This is accommodation. For the present moment, it's only for gentlemen, but they also hope to be able to support accommodation for women who also study there at the Mayapur Institute. And that was also a very, very beautiful building. It was also built in Vedic system, so it was like a square, and there was, space in the middle. Very nice 2-person rooms. And it was very nice. This is we had 2 courtiers where we had our lectures every day. I didn't have my lectures normally in these 2 courtiers. This is where we have our introduction when we first came. And then this is the courtier where I had it, the main of my studies. And next to it is our small prasadam hall. So I was very, very happy to be able to have that time in Mayapur. To be able to go deep into the scriptures. Here in the temple, it's a bit different. There are many practical things to do, and it's not always that you have the time or maybe even the capacity to be able to go deep into the scriptures. But when I experienced and I realized that having a teacher and having a group of also others where we can focus on this is a very, very powerful thing. So I was very, very grateful for that. And And not only that, we also had, we had our assignments, we were practicing slokas. Oh, that was it's a deer show, so it went very quick. Okay, now you already saw everything. Okay, what to do? But yeah, we were practicing slokas. There are so many slokas in the Bhagavad Gita and in Srila Prabhupada's books. And to be able to relish the philosophy and to be able to remember the philosophy, it's very, very beneficial to learn these verses. And then Srila Prabhupada, he gives very, very many analogies in his purports and in his books. And also, similarly, Krishna does that. And that we also got a few of them to practice. And then we had essays to write, but we can go deeper into what is Srila Prabhupada actually saying, what is the purpose of his writing, and what is my opinion according to certain subjects written in the Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, so we've already seen all the pictures. So I finished my Bhakti Shastri study, and 2 times I actually went to Jagannath Puri. But as a white person, they immediately look at you and say no. But I don't mind, because I was living in my room, Jagannath. I had the darshan of Jagannath every day. And we have the darshan of Jagannath for Ratha Yatra. So that is just by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. He brought Jagannath everywhere. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Jagannath. And I spent that time with one of my Bhakti Shastri teachers. From every unit we had the Bhagavad Gita was divided into 3 sections. And it is said that the Bhagavad Gita, it's like a jewel box with a big diamond inside. Because all parts of the Bhagavad Gita is amazing. On top we have a golden, a golden lid, which is speaking about karma yoga. In the middle, we have the diamond. This is the essence. This is speaking about bhakti yoga. And at the end, we have the bottom of the box, which is also golden and is speaking about jnana yoga. So all these are essential, but it's very, very special when we speak about bhakti yoga. And you cannot have karma yoga without bhakti. You cannot have jnana yoga with a little bit of bhakti. But bhakti you can have completely on its own. And yeah, then we also had we went through the Bhagavad Gita in 3 sections, and we had one teacher from every unit that we had. So that was around 14 days. We had one teacher, and then we changed, which was very nice. 3 hours of lesson every day, also combined with our normal program we have here in ISKCON every day. The curtains open here at 4:30 in the morning, where we will sing some songs. And after that, we will have a japa session. And we will have more prayers to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. And then we have a lecture also on our Holy Scriptures. So that starts from 4:30 and until around 9 in the morning. So that's already quite some internal study to do every day if you go deep into it. So then we had 3 hours of lesson every day in the school or at the Mayapur Institute. And I was very happy that we had minimized time to do that study, and then more, not necessarily free time, study time. I was not very fond of going in school, so it was very nice for me to have shorter classes and more able to focus on meditation and focus on my own study in that way, I would say. And we went through the nectar of devotion and the nectar of instruction and Shri Upanishad. And when we went through the nectar of instruction. I wish I had a picture or I had a video, but I was not able to put up the video. We had one Swami, Chandramauli Swami, and every day we tried to do kirtan before class. And Chandramauli Swami, he was very, very enthusiastic, especially in the beginning, in the first class. He came and danced with us, and we had a party every time before the class, because that is the spiritual world. Every day is a festival. To hear about Krishna is so much fun. It's such a pleasure. But we have to purify ourselves to learn that. And there's no other way than to chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then, as our last lesson, we had the Upanishad. And then I had one teacher from Africa. So we had a big range of teachers. Indian teachers and then we had one from America and one from Africa. So it was a very nice with this differentiation. And also in our class we had people from Denmark, from Poland, Germany, Croatia, America, Kenya, Ghana, and also quite a few from India. But my Sri Upanishad teacher, he was from Africa, and his name was Bhakti Damodar Swami Maharaj. And when our study was finished, he had a plan to go with his disciples to Jagannath Puri, and I needed a break from my studies. So I took some time to Jagannath Puri just for a few days, and we also went to one place called Bhuvaneshwara. Yeah, both very, very, very beautiful places. But the essence was not just to come to one place. We can go to many places. We can go to Mayapur. We can go to Jagannath Puri. We can go to Bhuvaneshwara. We can go to so many holy places. But if our mind is somewhere else, then it's not beneficial. We should come there to hear from the devotees. I was in Jagannath Puri 2 times. The first time it was a trip with some devotee friends, and it was nice to be with them and come to some temples, but there was just something missing. We needed a sadhu who could enlighten us, who really could speak upon the past times. This is the real difference. We are not this body, we are spiritual. We are spiritual beings, so it's all about the consciousness. So it was very, very beneficial to be with this Swami. He could really enlighten us. And I passed my Bhakti Shastri. Haribol! Thank you. And after that, we went I was doing a short study of teachers training, but I didn't complete that one actually. So I took up something else. We also had the Navadvip Parikram in Mayapur, which is 9 days where we travel in the Navadvip area. In Mayapur, we travel to different temples. We are big groups of devotees chanting all the way through Navadvip, going to many temples. And you have the opportunity to both take a bus home when today's Qatar and today's walk is finished, or you could stay there. And they put up, I was very, very surprised. It was so luxurious, everything that they did. They were really serving people. When you came there, they had put up tents, and they had put up sections where all the devotees could stay. And if you had some luggage, they would take big trucks where they would load all the luggage and then drive it to that location. So the only thing you had to hold was maybe you could have some water, of course your japamala, a very important thing. And most important, like Rajavitya Prabhu is laughing there. And then just focus on chanting the holy name. And the prasadam was so nice. I was very, very surprised. I was thinking that, okay, we would be out here and it would probably be a bit more simple, but it was much more opulent than, than normally. They had chapatis, they had puris, they had everything, different sabjis, sweets. The austerity that we do in ISKCON is quite opulent. This is basically what I had to say about Mayapur. But I also wanted to read one verse for all of you. Because, yes, I was on a trip. But it was not just that. I'm very reluctant with, or very, very careful with the desires that I put out into the world. I at least try to be. Because the ultimate aim should be that we really want to connect with Krishna, which is actual life. And therefore I want to read this verse. This is also one of the verses that we were practicing. So this is Krishna speaking to Arjuna. And this is also, Krishna is again, many, many times speaking the most confidential thing to Arjuna. So Krishna, he says here, Yanti deva vrata devan Pitrin yanti priti vrataha Bhutani yanti bhutedya Yanti madhya jinopimam. Anyone would like to chant? Yanti deva vrata devam Pritim yanti priti vrataha Bhutani yanti bhutedya Yanti madhya jinopimam. Mataji's? Yanti deva vrata devam Pitin yanti piti vrataha Bhutani yanti bhutedya Yanti madhya jinopimam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yes. Here we have it. Krishna says, those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors will go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. If one has any desire to go to the moon, the sun, or any other planet, one can attain the desired destination by following specific Vedic principles recommended for that purpose, such as the process technically known as Dalsha Paurnamash. These are vividly described in the fruitive activities portion of the Vedas, which recommends a specific worship of demigods situated on different heavenly planets. Similarly, one can attain the Pita planets by performing a specific yajna. Similarly, one can go to many ghostly planets and become a yaksha, a raksha, or pishacha. Pishacha worship is called black arts or black magic. There are many men who practice this black art and they think that it is spiritualism. But such activities are completely materialistic. Similarly, a pure devotee who worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead only achieves the planets of Vaikuntha, Krishna Loka, without a doubt. It is very easy to understand through this important verse that if by simply worshipping the demigods, one can achieve the heavenly planets, or by worshipping the Pitas, achieve the Pita planets, or by practicing the black arts, the ghostly planets, why can the pure devotee not achieve the planet of Krishna or Vishnu? Unfortunately, many people have no information of these sublime planets where Krishna and Vishnu live. And because they do not know of them, they fall down. Even the impersonalists fall down from the Brahma Jyoti. The Krishna consciousness movement is therefore distributing sublime information to the entire human society to the effect that by simply chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, one can become perfect in this life and go back home, back to Godhead. Please repeat after me. Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. And those who worship me will live with me. Please repeat again. Live with me. So there was something that struck me in this verse. I don't know if any of you noticed it, but Krishna, he says, take birth among the demigods. Go to the ancestors. Take birth among such beings. But with Krishna, we will live. We will not take birth. We take birth on other places, on other planets, on this earth. But if we want to live, we should serve Krishna. So of all places, I was very, very fortunate to be able to go to Mayapur, I would say. And what to say, you can go to Mayapur and you can visit many holy places. But again, the essence is that we come there to hear. And if you want to hear, really use your time in the most beneficial way, I would say, then go to Mayapur Institute and take up a study. Take a Bhakti Shastri at the Mayapur Institute. It's it can really, really change your life. And I see that this is something that we should also build upon here in Denmark, to be able to educate each other better. Srila Prabhupada says that we should study 1 hour a day, which is beneficial, but also to have the association of devotees and to be able to speak about it. This is the real benefit. I have not made so much progress just studying on my own for 1 hour every day. But being with devotees where we also share prasadam with each other. When we were in the class, often my friend Greg, he would go to, we also, even though I could not come into the Jagannath temple in Jagannath Puri, there is a very, very nice Jagannath temple in Mayapur also. So Jagannath, he distributes his mercy everywhere. We're not missing anything. And there, Jagannath is very, very fond of prasadam. So we could get a lot of prasadam for there. So every day we could distribute sweets for each other. So this is just a small exchange that can just make such a difference. There are different ways of forming a relationship with devotees. One is that we share prasadam and we accept prasadam. We give gifts and we accept gifts. And we share our heart and we hear. And this is especially something that is done, for example, when I'm not saying that I'm anyone big speaker or anything, but I can at least share some of the things they hear. And I hope that it will make some impact on some of you. But that is also an exchange that I at least try to give out a message, and hopefully it will touch some of you in some way or another. So if we really want to live, we should find some way to offer our lives to Krishna. And this is where we actually only can learn real love. Krishna says in the next verse, Pattam puspam palam to yam yo me bhakta prayatsati charaham bhakshu paritam asnami prayatat manaha. It's very, very simple actually to serve Krishna. We can offer Krishna a leaf, offer him a flower, offer him a piece of fruit, and even just some water with love and devotion. Krishna will accept it. Krishna will accept that. I've not been doing demigod worship in this life, at least. But it seems more about making bigger yagyas and putting some money in a box. But with Krishna, you can offer him a leaf, and he will be happy, and he will give you real life. Real life means service. Real life means love. Love is an exchange between two people where you do whatever you can to see that other person be happy. And the best example is Srila Prabhupada gives is of a mother who is trying to take care of her child, a father also taking care of the children. I see Sujit Prabhu taking very nicely care of his son Shyam. I'm not a parent myself. This is what I hear, and this is at least my observation, that it's not always easy. Is it? No. Are the children, they're like, what? No, it's not easy. And it's not easy to be a child either, I guess. At least that's what I remember. There can be some kind of romantic idea of how it is to be a child also sometimes. How they have it so easy, but their minds are also very, very different. We should remember that. And if you think back, were we always happy as children? You might have some seemingly more freedom, but we're also very, very dependent on the parents. But this loving exchange between parents and their children, in the beginning when they get the children, the baby will cry very, very often. I want food. I'm dissatisfied. What do you want? And they just cry. They cannot say what they want. A frustrating situation, but still the parents keep on going to try and see the child happy. Watch them grow up, and that is one of the biggest pleasures still. And we can show the supreme love to our children if you also see them as parts and parcels of Krishna. If we look at our family, if we look at our country as something for our own gratification, something that we have for our own prestige. I'm a rich person from Denmark. Or, you saw the other picture that I have a body that looks like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Doesn't matter. But if we can use it in the service of Krishna, this is where we are able to live our life, to actually live, not take birth again. All activities we should try to offer. Krishna, he says, Yat karosi yarasnasi yat johosi dadasi yat tapashyasi kante yat tat kuru svamaralpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering unto me. Whatever work we have, we can offer those money to the temple in some way. Not saying that give all your donations to us. there might be other ways that are more smart. But to the Krishna consciousness movement, to elevate yourself, to create a relationship with Krishna. Go buy some nice groceries and offer a nice meal to Krishna. Get some nice flowers and offer them to the Supreme Lord. Krishna is our best friend. Samoham salva bhutesu namedveshu sina priyaham ye bhajanti tuman bhaktyam maiti tesu chapyaham. I envy no one, nor am I partial to everyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So we can try and offer our activities to demigods or to many other things. Krishna allows us to do that. That is why he has put us here in this material world. Because he's such a kind father. Because we didn't want to play with Krishna. He wanted to play with us. He wanted to have good relationship with us. But Krishna is so nice. Krishna is so amazing. Krishna is so strong. He's the strongest. Krishna is so intelligent. He's the most intelligent. Krishna is so beautiful. He's the most beautiful. Krishna is the most opulent, richest person. Krishna is the most famous person. And even though that he is that, all these things that I want to have, he's still completely renounced. He's the most renounced. He's not attached to any of these things. So therefore, when we don't want to play with him in the spiritual world and have fun with him and his cowherd friends, fine. Come into this material world. Get a body. Try to have fun. I was very, very tired today, and I had several services to do, and I was like, how am I gonna get through this? I'm not the one acting. I'm not the one who makes things happen. The only thing that I can do is to desire. Krishna is the real one, and if we desire for Krishna, we will be able to see amazing things happen. Just the fact that I'm sitting here, it might seem easy. Yeah, and you even turn on off the microphone. But I was at least very happy that I got this opportunity to share some of my experience. I hope that it was beneficial in some way. And I think it's time for japa meditation. Okay. Granada Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki.